And the scholarship is a 5,000 euro scholarship, where
Wow.
2,500 is cash that they
Mm-hmm.
will give you, and 2,500 is for accommodation. If you don't stay in
Mm-hmm.
their hostel, you will get your 5,000 euros cash. Although they will
Whoa.
divide it into two, they will give you two five, maybe in your first semester, and then two five in the second semester.
If you run with me, I gotta work for the both of us.
This is the part where, you know, Yeti is going to share with us how she actually got to study her full master's for 186 euros, okay, at
Yes.
Sapienza. So tell us, like, how were you able to apply? What kind of scholarship was that? What kind of
Yeah.
scholarship? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so once I got like the admission, we had like an admission officer for
Mm-hmm.
international students. So she kept comms with us. So if there was any scholarship or any information that the international students should know, even before we arrived there, she created like a Google group so that she can
Wow.
post information there for us. So she was the one that actually, like maybe a month after, she just sent, it's like when you send a broadcast message to emails like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this scholarship is out, apply, blah blah blah. Even till we graduated, she was like keeping tabs with international students. If there's anything that we can make use of, she will tell us about it. So she sent, like, she actually told us, oh, Lazio Disco application is out. So I know that you are in north, for instance.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
and Rome is south, I believe.
yeah.
So yeah, so Lazio is the region. Is like
Mm-hmm.
when you think of, like, in Nigeria now, we have many states, but that state is divided into like the south, northwest. It's that kind of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
Lazio is Rome region. So they call it Lazio Disco. I know that in the other, like Pavia and all of those other
All of
places, they
that,
have their
yeah.
own
Own.
name, but it's
Mm-hmm.
the scholarship that runs across the country. But per region, it is different. Like the
Different,
names,
yeah, different
yeah.
names.
But the general name, I believe, is called Adisu
Mm,
Scholarship or
mm,
Disu
mm.
Scholarship. So she told us, said, oh, as a Disu Scholarship is out, that we should go and apply for it. So we just went to the website. So the website, you sign up, create an account, fill some information like the course you are trying to study, if you are living in Italy, your address, and those normal basic details that they will ask, and then they will ask you the income of your family,
Mhm.
how much you are earning in your family in euros. So you have to use like maybe some exchange rate, because they don't know
Mm, oh,
Ghana
mhm.
cedis or naira or
Mm, yeah.
Kenya shillings or whatever. So you tell them in euros how much your net income is in your
Yes.
family, and all those little details. And the scholarship is a 5,000 euro scholarship, where
Wow.
2,500 is cash that they will
Mhm.
give you, and 2,500 is for accommodation. So
Okay.
Sapienza, for instance, does not have its own student accommodation, but Adisu, like Disu, have like accommodations all over Lazio regions,
Mhm.
where you can just stay in the one closest to your university.
Let's see. Mm.
So in fact, I didn't stay in those this thing, but people who stay there, for instance, it doesn't mean that the people you are staying with are from your university. They could be from other university, but the
Yes.
main thing is that that place is probably closer to the universities
Let's see.
that you're in. So that's how it works. So they will ask you to actually choose. They will give you, so let's say they have 20 hostels, for instance. So they will say from number 1 to 20, use a drop down menu. You choose the one that you like the one that is. So most people, before I chose it, I had connected with someone. I didn't even know her at all. She lives in Italy, who studied in my university. So she was one that just sent me the order of the ones that are close to my department.
Mhm.
Yes, because my department was not in the main Sapienza campus. It was
Campus.
my
Okay.
my department was in another campus. So she just helped
Mhm.
me check, and then she just helped me find universities that were close to hostels that were close
Or
to
close to.
where I was. So
Mhm.
you would do that, and then so that one is even optional. So you don't have to stay in the hostel. If you don't stay in
Mhm.
their hostel, you will get your 5,000 euros cash. Although they will
Whoa.
divide it into two, they will give it to five, maybe in your first semester, and then 2.5 in the second semester. But
Okay.
the condition for that is that you are able to provide your tenancy agreements.
Okay.
So you must show that you are paying rent. So it's more like they're just giving you the money back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or you can stay in the hostel and they'll give you 2,500. So that's
500.
how they splitted it. So after you fill the form and everything, so they have it, they call it first call. So the first call is just for you to fill your details, put your all those details that I've said
Yes.
and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, meanwhile, while you are doing that, you will now go to Supreme Court or High Court to do what they call family declaration.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually did a YouTube video recently where I showed a template of what family declaration looks like.
Nice.
But you just have to go to, it's the way you do affidavits. You go
Mm-hmm.
to high courts in your country, like the one closest to wherever you are, and then you declare that so family declaration is you start to they usually start it with like numbered list. So number one, my name is so 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 person born on so 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 date. Number two, I am from a family of five,
Mm-hmm.
and so 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 people are dependent on me. So maybe like your mother is a retiree, your father is a pensioner, your siblings depend on you for money, blah blah blah. You put it there. You also
Mm-hmm.
put number three, um, we live in a rented apartment if you do, and pay so 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 price. So it has to be in like that one has to be in naira. So
Okay.
like your
Mm-hmm.
local currency, so Ghana
Mm-hmm.
cedis or what, yeah, it has to be. So
Okay.
you put it there because in the form they will still ask you those questions. So just make sure that whatever price you are putting in that document at the court, when they do some
Yes, sir.
exchange, it's close to
Yes.
what you have put in that
Mm-hmm.
Lazio this thing. So then you put it, and then you just the last statement is usually that you swept that everything that you said is true, that kind of that kind
Mm-hmm.
of thing.
Yeah.
And then that document is like the court will stamp it and all of those things. And then during our time we took it to the embassy. It was part of what we legalized.
Okay. Mm.
But I learned that after our time, they stopped it. They'll tell you
Mm-hmm.
to take it to Italy.
It's
So
yeah.
when you take it to Italy, you can take it to your embassy in Italy, who would
Yeah.
who will retype it in their
Mm-hmm.
own with their own letter headed
Okay.
form, and then you take it to prefectura. So so that's how that one works. You start with you just doing that documentation of like an affidavit in your court in the high courts,
Yeah.
in your any high courts really. In your you pay, I think it's not really a lot of money.
Money. Yeah.
And the cheat code is that the poorer you are, the poorer that you have declared that you are in that document, because they do a ranking based
Okay.
on people's income, based
Mm-hmm.
on where you have come from. That's why Indians get it a lot, because
Mm-hmm.
normally India is usually seen as a country that they like in terms
You
of
know, for
poor.
the
But
poverty rate.
Nigeria,
Yeah.
they know that we are just forming, we are
Oh,
not
yeah.
poor. If I can put it that way. So Indians and Pakistani they are usually on the top ranking. So they do a
Nice.
ranking of the list, and then it's that ranking that we determine. So they don't every year they don't usually say they don't have a fixed amount. So let's say the government the Lazio Disco could have 30,000 euros, for instance. Let's say
Okay.
that's their
Mm-hmm.
budget. So it means
Mm-hmm.
when they rank, it's only the first 5 times 6 is 30. It's only the first six people that will get the
Wow.
5,000. Do you get? But it's usually more
Mm.
than that. Like
More than that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
people used like it used to reach like 5,000 people actually that get that
Mm-hmm.
one. Like the ranking usually get up to 5,000. Sometimes it can be up until like the fourth, like first 4,000, depending on the
Okay.
budgets they have for
On a
that year.
budget.
So
Okay.
they will just release the ranking. I don't think they even say the budget, but if you enter the budget and all that, they will let you know.
Let you know. Okay.
And the reason why they do that rank is also that some people maybe they didn't eventually come. So because remember you filled that form before you
Mm-hmm.
came to Italy. So maybe you didn't even get visa, so you didn't
Visa.
come. So it
Mm-hmm.
will move to the next person. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's why they did rank, so that if there are circumstances that make them disqualify somebody or somebody did not show up, the next people in rank can still get the money
Um,
because yeah, so that's why they do the ranking. but the ranking would usually come like second month of the first semester. So I always tell people that don't depend so much on the scholarship.
Scholarship.
Try
Mm.
try to try to take savings that will last you for the first
That's,
semester,
mm-hmm.
so that by the time the money is coming in, you are not really broke. At
Broke.
least you still have something in your pocket. So
Exactly.
yeah, but once you get to Italy with that document from the court, you just take it to your embassy, wherever
Mm-hmm.
your embassy is, and they will translate, they will retype that document in English,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll do it because you have brought it in English, right, from your own
Yeah.
country. So they will type
Mm-hmm.
it in English and they'll type it in Italian with
Mm-hmm.
their own letter headed form and put stamp on it. And we paid 50 euros at Nigerian embassy, so I don't know how
And
much they will do it in other
ah,
embassies.
but it's okay.
Yes.
What you must know is wherever you be based, you have to go to like where your embassy is. They are all in Rome. Okay, so if you're from Kenya, if you're from Ghana, if you're from Nigeria, wherever you have to go to the Kenyan or Nigerian or Ghanaian embassy in
Embassy.
Rome and
Yeah.
go, and you take the family declaration to them, then they will retype it, and everything, give it to you. Then with the prefectura, wherever you are based, you can take it to them.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you take it to them, and then they will get everything done for
Yes.
you. So
Yes.
basically, that is it with
Don't be
that.
discouraged though. You may look like long, but when you are collecting the money, you'll be happy.
Mm,
I can tell you. Yeah, 5,000 to just collect 5,000 euros free.
it's not easy.
It's
Oh.
not big.
Ah, it's not a
So
small joke.
if you don't think about it, you cannot even spend up to 200 euros. Like you can't
You
for that
can't.
document. So you
You
now
get
imagine the money that you will
yes,
get. You get the reward of that
of that.
trouble. That's it. I
Yeah,
mean, that's how I was able to survive in Italy. That money really, it really helped me.
helped you.
Yeah, so then I've not come to the, so once you get that, automatically when you get that Lazio Disco Scholarship,
Hmm.
your Sapienza tuition fee is 1,000 euros without that scholarship. So, and you
Okay.
can pay it in installment anyway. You don't have to pay
Okay.
1,000 euros, that was.
Mm-hmm.
But once you qualify for that Lazio
Lazio
Disco
Disco. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When you get it,
scholarship,
scholarship,
that's when they actually slash the
the
1,000
tuition fees. Mm-hmm.
to 186. So this is actually why you even need this scholarship.
Wait, so aside the 5,000 that they will give it to you, the 5,000 euros that they'll give to
Yeah,
you, the person is going to slash
yeah.
the
You will get discount for your this thing, yes. And then another
mm-hmm.
thing that comes with
Mm-hmm.
it is the subsidized meal.
Okay.
So I don't know in like if it is all universities,
Universities.
but in
Okay.
Sapienza and
Mm-hmm.
Tovegata is in Rome as well. I know that we
Rome.
have like not like free lunch, but
Mm-hmm.
subsidized lunch
Yeah.
at 2 euros 20 cents. And that food, you, it was very helpful because the kitchen is usually open from 12 to 4, and they have different food like pasta, pizza, and you know how Italians eat pizza is a whole pizza to yourself,
Hmm?
bread,
Yeah.
fruit, juice. So you collect, or sometimes
Yeah.
that food we will collect it in the afternoon, but it's too much that you cannot finish it,
Shit.
and it's the
Wow.
remaining that we usually eat in the night, me and
In
my
the night.
roommates. Yeah, because now
Wow.
we'll collect bread for the future. We are not even eating it that day because the food is a lot. You can't.
The
So that's
subsidized
another.
food.
Yeah, the subs is a lot because
Wow.
you get a whole full pizza, you get
Mm-hmm.
pasta, you get starters, like they have starters,
Because
like a
yeah.
full
Mm-hmm.
buffet kind of meal where you have pizza, you have fish, you have beef, you have this, you have, so we don't even used to finish it. So we carry plates and put small for dinner, or
Yeah.
for we just take it home to just
Divide
so
it. Mm.
divide it. Yeah, do you get? And we don't even go every day. We can go like in a week. We can go like maybe twice in a week.
A
But
week.
the food that we even
Okay.
collect is not for that afternoon alone. It extends to like beyond afternoon.
Probably
And
an
there's even
afternoon.
juice, like you can drink as much juice as you want. It was really a good life with £2. I mean €2, sorry, for
Yeah.
that plenty food. So it comes with
Wow.
that scholarship. That food normally is €7 for somebody who wants to pay and enter the kitchen to get all of those food. But if you're on that scholarship as well, you get
Mm.
to €2. I mean, you get it for €2, so
So,
it's part of the
okay.
package. Yeah,
Package. Wow, then that's good.
yeah.
That's really, really good. Yeah, so this food is given on the university campus, or they say, they have a place where you guys have to go and collect this food.
Yes, so for every department and all of that, there is a nearby canteen, like a
Canteen.
nearby
Okay.
kitchen, sha.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't need to go to your with your ID card. So there's an app that you have on your phone, and it's that
Mm-hmm.
app you will use because you already have that scholarship and everything. So that app, it has your picture, and you just need to show them, and they will scan it, and then you pay.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
€2,
Okay.
and then that's it. So it's scattered all over, all over. In fact, after graduation, we were still eating because the thing was going to expire like 5 years time.
Bo?
Yeah, so even after we finished, I had friends that were still going there to eat
It's
because
eight.
it had not expired and they were still paying €2.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, like, you applied for this scholarship while in Nigeria, or when you got in before you applied for the
Mm.
Lazio,
Yeah,
the
it was while
scholarship?
in Nigeria. So I was still
Okay.
doing all those
Other
process.
processes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've not even gotten visa and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I just because they open it for 1 month and
Mm-hmm.
close it. In
Just a
fact, it's
month.
even up to
Okay.
1 month, like 2 weeks or something. They open it
Wow.
and then they close it. So that's like for first registration. So
Mm-hmm.
because they know that people's circumstances may change, there's some details that they ask you that probably when you enter Italy,
Mm-hmm.
in the middle, like in your first week or second week of your semester,
Yes.
some things have changed for
I've
you.
changed.
So
Mm-hmm.
they will now open it up again, but it's not for you to sign up. It's for people who made mistakes. So it's a chance for you to correct your mistakes. It's a chance for you to update some things that
Some
probably you did
things.
not put there at that time.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't
Mm-hmm.
have it or something. So at that time I had to apply for it because if I said, "Oh, let me wait till I get there," I can't have a chance because that
For sure.
second opening was just to update my profile and
Mm-hmm.
upload maybe like that certificates that I've got,
Um,
the family declaration that I've gotten.
we
So at
got
that
some
point when you're applying, you don't need your family
family
declaration yet.
declaration.
It's when they open it for the second time, and that by that time you're already in school. Most
Uh-huh.
times
Oh.
you're already like in your first month of semester have already gone. So they know that
Oh.
okay, people have settled, people can now update any information. Maybe you now have like
Everything.
Italian room address, for instance, you want to
Mm-hmm.
update that kind of thing. So they just open
Mm-hmm.
the portal up for profile updates. That's it.
Update.
And then they close it again after like 1 month of doing that. And then the next thing that comes after that is the ranking.
The ranking. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So it's
It's
after
good.
the ranking that you now go and submit it, your document to them, to the
Oh,
office of
okay.
the
So,
Lazio So
it's good.
yes, but by our second year, because of COVID, they stopped asking people to bring it to their office. They
Yeah.
just said we should use Post Italian, which is
And then
Post
send,
Italian
yeah,
is their post office. You should
you
use it to send it to them.
send it
That's
to
it.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. So, guys, I hope as at now you are clear with everything. You are clear with the entire process that she took to be able to get the scholarship. She said 5,000 euros, 5,000. Hey,
So it's not just the €186 safe. It's not
yes.
that's
The
just the
186 was the slash on a tuition fee. But
yeah.
then, she
There's
actually studied
5,000.
with a
Yeah.
scholarship.
Yeah.
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 So obviously, if you are not going to study in Rome and other regions, the other regions also have their own regional scholarships as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but then she is
Yes.
talking for the Lazio region, like Rome, where she studied. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
that was where she applied for this kind of scholarship. I wanted to ask about the proof of funds, because before you came in, before you even got the funds from the scholarship and everything, we were talking about the fact that you have to come in with some amount of money,
Yes.
yeah. And then even
Yes.
while back in Nigeria, you need your proof of funds to be able to get your visa.
So,
And yeah, so
yeah.
how did you come up with your proof of funds?
Yeah, I think it's really hard for somebody that does not have like a business or like a job. That's the honest truth. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
think this is Italian related. This is for anywhere you're going.
Anyway.
It's not because it's Italy. If you are coming to UK, it's the same thing you need. But for
Mm-hmm.
me, it was quite easy because I mentioned I was working as a software developer for about 4 years, so I had a track record of subsequent
Mm,
um salary, for
yeah.
4 years. So I only submitted like 6 months pay slip, my pay
Mm-hmm.
slip 6 months, and then I
Mm-hmm.
showed my balance. And my balance at that time in Naira was about 3 million that I had
Mm, okay.
saved.
Okay.
I mean, I borrowed some money
Mm, no,
to just put it in my account.
no
So it
count.
was not when I wanted to go apply for the visa, I went to borrow the money. So
Mm-hmm.
that's you have to build your. It's not like you just
And
go and be looking for somebody in 1 month to visa. It's not like
right.
that. Like once I started applying for application, I just looked for a friend that could lend me that
Different.
money. So they put
Mm-hmm.
it. So it was there for like 6 months plus or something before I
Right.
even went for my visa. And then that salary that was coming in too,
Mm-hmm.
kind of just put that
Help.
record in space.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and my pay slip that I'm working, and my work was related to what I wanted to go and study. So everything kind
Exactly.
of just aligned. But it doesn't mean for someone who is going to study anything new, for your visa, we wrote cover letter. So you can
Mm-hmm.
just talk about, oh, maybe I was in a Greek, but I got interested in tech because of
Of this
this.
stuff.
Yeah, just write your own motivation letter, just like you wrote
Mm-hmm.
for your admission. Just write it and put it in your visa. So they know that, oh, even though you have studied, it's not that you just want to run away. You have a reason to go and
To
apply and all
apply
of
and
I mean
study.
to apply for this and study. So
Study.
that was what kind of helped me. But I know this is hard. It's harder for people who are like fresh graduates and
Mm-hmm.
all. But if you have someone who can be your sponsor, and your sponsor does not have to bear your surname. So my roommate, my first roommate in Italy, our sponsor was somebody that was not our father's name at all, but the person had a business and they had like good statement of account, and they wrote a
Can
letter that they were going to sponsor her, and it was enough for her.
enough
So
for
and
her.
and our own too was like around that. She said it was like around that 2 million, 3 million that
And
the person had in their account. Yeah,
many.
yeah.
That's good. Thank you for shedding light on that because, like, at this point, it's now that a number of people are struggling with proof of funds, or sometimes you are applying, but you're not sure you're going to be admitted
You
immediately
plan it ahead.
ahead.
So
Yeah.
if it has to take you waiting for 1 year, like is what doing is what doing. We don't like this
Hmm.
schools. They will be there next year. They are not
Next
running
year.
away.
Exactly.
The embassy is not running away. The school is not
Hmm.
running away. So if it is that, like I said, once I knew that I wanted to apply, I just made moves to kind of move money. It's not like 1 month to visa. You now go and look for
Yeah.
one big money, and it does not work that way. They are not
No.
fools.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if it's that you have
Exactly.
to wait their 1 year
And
out
yeah,
to
and
build that
prepare.
portfolio, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's nothing wrong with it. Don't just be in a rush to say, yeah,
Exactly. Because even
yeah.
because of that rush, a number of people kind of like, end up having to submit fake
You
proof
will
of
not still wait.
funds.
You will not still wait. Do you not have denied on your once they deny it's
These
even
are
harder.
people, you
You will
know,
not wait that you don't want to wait to be patient. You will not wait the wait. So what's the point?
what's the point? What's the point? So thank
Yeah,
you for sharing, for shedding light on that because it's actually true. It's really,
yeah.
really actually true. It's worth to study in Italy. But then sometimes if you're not yet prepared, you've not started building your account, you're not prepared for other things, you can wait a year and take that time to actually, gather
Gather the
yourself,
information.
gather
Yeah.
information and, go through the process when you are ready.